Today on Attack of the Show, Spider-Man Unmasked. Then, Dave Chappelle returns to the spotlight. After a mysterious disappearance, he's back and ready to rock.
Careful this.
And meet the lovely ladies of the Lingerie Bowl. They hit hard and party even harder. All this and more on a live and totally original edition of Attack of the Show.
Drop the beat. Attack.
What's going on here?
Attack.
Think about this.
Attack. Attack of the Show. Attack.
Welcome, everybody. It's Attack of the Show. It's Monday, June 19th. How you doing? I'm Kevin Pereira.
And I'm Olivia Munn. Hey, Kev, I didn't see you all weekend, but I heard you were up in San Francisco.
I was up in SF dancing at the Dirty Martini and covering the Robo Games event.
Wow.
Which was awesome. It's probably not going to air for like another year and a half, but when it does hit your TV screen,
Tune in for
it's going to be awesome. But I watched something last night, which I don't know if you caught it, Dane Cook's Tourgasm.
No, I didn't see it, but I heard it sucks.
What a waste of TiVo hard drive space. Like it was, I mean, like Dane Cook, funny stand-up, great stand-up.
Great stand-up. And, you know, he's done a lot of pilots. They always have him doing TV shows, and now they finally gave him something that's like stand-up documentary, and I heard it just
And it didn't
fails.
even focus on him. It was like, oh, let's put a bunch of comedians on horseback. It'll be funny because they're comedians.
Yeah.
Not really.
No, not
not
really,
so much.
not
So
really.
I'll still watch episode 2, but we'll see.
You will?
Yeah, I'll give
All
him
right,
the
let me
benefit
know
of
how
the
that is. But, you know, the big news that everyone is still talking about is the announcement by Bill Gates that he'll retire in July of 2008.
Here. Yeah, it sort of came out of nowhere, actually. We talked about it last week. Bill Gates is worth about $50 billion.
Wait, hold
and he
on,
wants
wait,
to...
why does he have like the 40-year-old virgin picture?
It's actually pretty... Wait, no, go back to it.
go
Because the
back.
sad thing is, like, if you have $50 billion, like, why are you still at the Sears Portrait Studio? Like, can't you have, like, one of your graphics
I like
wizards?
that's a nice fade, and see, it's not just all blue.
No,
Nice
there's a
fading.
gradient. Nice gradient there. Well, the dude's worth billions of dollars, and apparently he wants to concentrate on his foundation full time. You know, fighting AIDS and malaria and other world causes. It just sounds like a quitter to me. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, but he's done okay for himself. I mean, his parents might be proud, but
Might be.
you have to wonder about the timing of this. As of late, Microsoft has fallen behind in web searching, music downloads, and we're all still waiting for Windows Vista.
That is true. That's true. Well, Microsoft started in a garage by just a couple nerds and turned into one of the biggest companies in the world. And I think they're trying to go back to the simpler days.
Oh,
really.
back to a garage?
Not back to a garage, but just back to a time where they didn't have their fingers in so many pots, perhaps. Who knows? But they got Ray Ozzie, the chief technical officer from Microsoft. He's going to immediately assume the title of chief software architect, which I guess means he sits in a leather chair surrounded by a bunch of TVs.
I like how they came up with their own name.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, actually.
Architect.
I want my card to say that. He's going to work side by side with Bill Gates over the next 2 years. And seriously, with a name like Ozzy, I mean, how could you not trust him handling a company that's worth like $280 billion?
Oh. Well, let's take a look back at the man, the myth, the Microsoft magician himself, Mr. Bill Gates.
We never got to dance. You never took the chance. I never got to touch your heart to show how much you're all that I believe. Your love is all I need. We never got to dance. No, 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 no.
We're going to miss you, Bill.
Olivia, he's not dying or anything. He's just retiring in
Oh.
2 years.
Oh, my bad.
No, it was good, though. Save
Okay,
it for when I leave.
Oh, okay.
All right. Actually, Bill, thank you seriously for creating an operating system that lets us look at crap online. We appreciate it. In fact, let's just do a little salute to Bill. Let's go around the net.
First up, some impressive video of a Wi-Fi controlled Nintendo DS robot. Sorry, Kevin said something really funny just a second ago.
Yeah, your folks at home never get to hear these things, but
You
I
don't.
swear
It's
I can be
genius.
funny, honest.
And the best part of this, this DS robot, is you can make one of your very own, Kev. Just order a circuit board from the website and transform your DS or DS Lite into a programmable droid. With enough skill and patience, you should be able to get your favorite handheld to wash the dishes and fetch you a can of beer, just whatever you want. Fire up those C++ programming skills.
Oh, man, it's all about Visual Basic for life. Next up, a beer-battered, deep-fried bacon double quarter pounder with Chase.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what was that?
I'm not saying it again.
Just
but
deep fried crap?
Yeah, basically. My cholesterol went up 20 points just from saying it. Apparently the thing was created after like a dare was proposed in a chat room, and the dare soon became like a hard-to-swallow reality, and according to the site, the burger tasted good. I just hope it comes with a free angioplasty. It's going to muck up the system.
And a Diet Coke.
Yes, I'm
Kev's-
watching my fig.
Kev's on a diet.
Gotta keep it slim.
All right, thanks to the magic of YouTube, we can all enjoy full episodes of our favorite TV shows, and the YouTube bookmark we've uncovered will give you access to the full episodes of over 50 different TV shows. The list even includes a Japanese episode of a live-action Spider-Man show. Of course, YouTube will probably have the links removed from the site before I finish the sentence. So quickly go to our site for the address.
Yeah, actually, wait, don't go just yet, because I want to give you visual proof that it's actually a good idea to wear your little seatbelt. Seriously, and it's a better idea to stay awake while you're driving a vehicle. Take a look at this. This is from a drive cam, Olivia. Familiar with these things?
Yeah, it's where they put it in so for insurance purposes or something?
Yeah, like, trucking companies are using them to keep tabs on people. And this,
Oh, my God.
Yeah, well, that's the initial hit. I don't know if it was a
gets worse?
deer or a baby in a stroller, but now he's trying to correct it. Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah,
That was,
pops
wait,
in the backseat there.
do you think he did a rollover or something?
I have no idea. I think it was ghost riding the whip, according to
Oh
Will.
my gosh.
Which is what the kids are saying on the
So
message
this wasn't a
boards.
fake car accident. I mean, this was like they just put
No,
the camera
that's
in.
legitimate. That dude was actually in pain, and that was real footage of a dude
Wow.
getting in a car
That was
accident.
awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet, right? Well, let's all laugh at it. He probably died.
Well, believe it or not, we're all out of bookmarks.
That's right.
As always, be sure to visit attackoftheshow.com for the links to everything you just saw.
Yeah, we've just supplied your entertainment for the night like a hooker without a pimp. We did it for free. You can thank us later. But right now, God save the Queen. It's Layla Cayley in the feed headlines.
Thanks, Kevin. I spent the whole weekend looking for stories, and here's what's coming your way in today's feed. Did Nacho Libre Pearl drive the competition at the box office? I'll tell you what movie claimed the top spot. Plus, Google might be spying on you. Scared? Don't worry. If you stick around, I'll fill you in on the details. And finally, Steve Jobs is taking on the Hollywood studios. Find out how much he wants to charge you to download a movie. It's all coming up later on in the feed. But first, back to you guys.
Thank you, Miss Layla. Hey, Zach Selwyn, how's life, partner?
Thanks for asking, Kevin. Life is like a peach cobbler pie with a side of Whippets topped with hash, my friend.
Nice. So what are you up to over there?
Well, let's just say they combined football and girls.
Okay.
Right? And then imagine if those girls were really hot and they put them in lingerie and then they played tackle football and pretended like they cared and they weren't just doing it as a stepping stone for their career to become a model on Deal or No Deal.
Well, wait. I think they actually have that, Zach. It's called the Lingerie Bowl, right?
Yeah, and you did a story on it. Don't you remember this?
Right. Yeah, oh, okay. The story. Yeah, sorry. I got a little lost there in a world of giant boobs, spiraling footballs, and little pink panties tackling me. If you guys stay tuned, I'll share it with you.
Oh.
And you. And you.
Oh,
and everybody.
Everybody.
Thanks, Zach.
He's good that way. Thanks, Zach.
You're welcome.
He likes to share.
But now it's time to go into the fantasy world that I care about. Last week on the show, we talked about how Spider-Man outed himself as Peter Parker to the press. It was a big deal. For those of you who don't know, in Marvel's series Civil War, they revealed that the web slinger's true identity, well, is as such, Peter Parker.
Yeah. Spider-Man revealed himself to the press in the latest issue of the comic out last week. The announcement is the biggest change in the comic book icon status quo since he got hitched to Mary Jane Watson in 1987.
Yeah.
Still, comic fans across the country have called Marvel out on this being the wrong move.
Now the nerds are uproarious. What do you think, though? Does this distract from the storyline? Does it make things more exciting, perhaps? What we want to know, very simple, folks, does the unmasking of Spider-Man ruin the franchise? You got two options. Text your vote, one for yes, the deuce for no, to G4TXT. That's 44898 to vote and register for AOTS Live News Alerts.
We have a big show for you guys today. Make sure to stay tuned to see a Connie Chung video you won't believe. And right now, here's a look at what we have ahead.
Coming up next, your favorite web slinger reveals his secret identity. And wouldn't you like to huddle up with these girls? Later on, you'll get your chance.
Attack of the show. Attack of the show. Attack.
Welcome back. Man, I miss you guys so much when you leave. Today we're talking the unmasking of Spider-Man. But before the break, we asked you, does the unmasking of Spider-Man ruin the franchise? Well, 41% of you said yes, while 59% of you said no, it doesn't ruin the franchise. It is about to get, so hot, so naturally we go over to Kevin.
Sorry, I'm heating things up. So you've been buying Spider-Man ever since you could read or walk up to the comic book store, and you felt safe in the fact that the world never knew the true identity of your masked hero. But now, Peter Parker has outed himself, and your whole world is spinning around. Was this the right move by Marvel? What does it mean for the future of the comic? Opinions are heated, fans are divided, and we're about to get into it, folks, in The Loop. All right, folks, joining us via satellite to help us make sense of the Spider-Man controversy from New York, editor for Marvel Comics, Axel Alonso, is here from Los Angeles, our resident comic book critic, Blair Butler, and from Chicago, contributor to Ain't It Cool Comics, Nick Harris. Everybody, thanks for joining us in The Loop. Nick, I'd like to start with you, sir, if we can. 41% of our viewers say, hey, look, this is going to ruin the franchise. Now, I know this could just be initial shock, but that number's kind of high. Where do you fall on this whole issue?
I'm in the 41%, definitely. I think that a lot of fans view it as the latest in a long string of missteps with the character over the course of the last year, year and a half, and I think a lot of people feel like this is just sort of the last nail.
So do you think that this is it for them, that they're going to abandon the franchise after this, Axel? Is it that drastic for you?
Oh, come on. You guys give us far too much credit for doing things wrong and far too little for doing things right. I was on the phone with Stan Lee, who created Spider-Man last week. He loves this idea. He was congratulating us on the strategy behind it. And understand, Spider-Man is unmasking himself in the context of a huge event here at Marvel, and it's consistent with his character in the context of that event. This event is called Civil War.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people who don't think that it is consistent with his character, and I mean, certainly you and Stan and everybody else know where this is going to end up, and we don't. But after
that's
all
the point
of the recent
exactly.
changes,
You don't know where things are going to head up. Look, the internet has changed a lot of things right now. Basically, we've always been getting feedback for this. People said Spider-Man was over when he graduated high school. They said he was over when he married Mary Jane. They said he was over when he wore the black suit, and that went on to become one of the most popular characters in Marvel, Venom.
Yeah, and I think people are, you know, Marvel still gets to have it both ways because you have Ultimate Spider-Man, where Peter Parker still is in the closet, so to speak, with his secret identity. You know, so I think it's kind of interesting. I think it opens up some new storylines.
Blair, overall then, because fans can have it however they want with whatever series of Spider-Man they want, do you think this really affects things overall for the Spider-Man franchise?
Well, I mean, I think it's huge. I think it opens up new storylines, and it's interesting because they did something like this with Daredevil a year or so ago. But I mean, I'm curious to see the stories that come out of it, and I think depending on the quality of those stories, fans will either really embrace this or shy away from it. My only fear, and Axel, you can sort of comfort me on this one. I'm a little worried that we might be heading towards a crisis-level reset with Marvel, just because DC had to do that to kind of streamline their continuity.
Now, that's a good question, Axel. For those who don't know, sometimes in comic books they get a little crazy. They take the stories in places fans don't expect, and then they say, hold on, sorry about that, our bad, and they reset the stories. Things go back to normal. It's not just Blair's concern. Half the internet is very concerned. Will Marvel turn their backs on this revelation and just say, oh, everybody forgot, we wiped their minds, or we're just going to reset the comics?
Scarlet Witch action.
I'm not going to give away any spoilers. What I'm just going to say is that this story sets up years of intriguing stories. The easy part for Peter Parker was getting up on that podium and taking off the mask. The hard part is about to come. He did this with the support of his loved ones. They knew what he was getting into. They supported him in this decision. Now he's going to have to deal with the consequences. Spider-Man has always been the heart of the Marvel Universe. The heart of the Marvel Universe. In this event, you have Iron Man, a.k.a. Tony Stark, on one side. You have Captain America, a.k.a. Steve Rogers, on the other. And they represent the polar stance on this issue of superhero registration. Spider-Man, who's always been the heart of the Marvel Universe, takes a position. He's the guy who can see both sides of the argument, but he's the guy who also takes the stand to the limit.
All right, well, Nick, now Nick, why do you think fans are so upset about this? Don't you think that by now they've come to expect these kinds of things from the comics? I mean, Batman can break his back, and Superman can die. Aunt May has died about 1,000 times.
I think a lot of
comics.
I think that part of the problem is that people have seen this all before. There are too many times where we've seen things that are supposed to be major changes. With Spider-Man in the last year and a half, we've seen major change after major change, and there's a certain degree of trust that you have to have in the writers, the creators, the editors. And so far, it feels like with all these big changes, that trust hasn't really been followed through on. I mean, you've got weird stuff going on with spider totems and gods, and then you've got a new suit, and now he's unmasked, and it's this.
All right, well,
it doesn't feel
look,
like
it's all
any of
part
it
of the
has
plan.
was actually
part of a
or
plan.
enough follow through.
Well, Blair was
Spider-Man's
actually
been-
excited for this. Blair, do you still trust Marvel, or have you given up on them now because of this revelation? Where do you fall
I
on
mean,
this?
look, there are a lot of people that are really upset because they love the fact that Spider-Man is always going to be a hero, you know, but he's also this guy who just can't quite get his life to work on the other side. And obviously, this is going to change a lot of that. But, you know, I think it's interesting because, you know, as many people have pointed out, Spider-Man has sort of had this dual identity for 40-some years, and it's interesting to see it shaken up. I think, you know, again, as I said before, it's the quality of the stories that come out of this, and I think it does set up a couple years of really interesting, different potential possible stories to come out of it. So it's my reaction isn't like a knee-jerk, like, oh my gosh, this is horrible reaction. You know, I
We
think
have some
it could
fascinating
be
stories to tell. And the thing about this as well is that Marvel Comics always function best when they're telling stories about the real world, when they're taking a look at issues that we can relate to right now. This event called Civil War is about an issue that cuts close to home for anyone living in the U.S. right now. How much freedom are you willing to give up for safety, and whose freedom? Spider-Man takes a stand by unmasking. And as the heart of the Marvel Universe, that's his prerogative. He's the guy who will help us walk readers through all of these issues and come to their own conclusion. Come back a year from now, we'll be having even more controversy, I guarantee you it. That's the nature. That's why we love fans.
Nick,
I think that a lot of what you're saying is that, you know, we need to trust the story. But honestly, readers today are a lot more intelligent and sophisticated. And it's not that we don't understand the storytelling potential. I think the problem is that we feel like more and more often the characters are being bent to fit the story and not the other way around. And I think there were probably better choices of characters to do this. But the thing is that with a character who is so iconic...
Well, actually, yeah, some people are saying that you guys are selling out
the
Peter
character is so
Parker to push
iconic,
issues.
so well loved. This is a classic character who I think works best as that stand-in, that everyman, that dual identity, where he's juggling two worlds, and that's what the fans are really
We're not
torn
here,
over.
as editors and writers, we're not here to appease the hardcore fans from long ago, giving them what they expect to see. We're there to cut against the grain of expectation and to go that extra leg. I assure you that this was something that was debated at length by the senior editor staff and the assembled group of writers who were there in that room as we hammered this out. It started with a simple question by Mark Miller. We began to examine character motivations, and everybody in the room, right up to the publisher and editor-in-chief, we hammered it out. We came out of that room confident that we have a very interesting story.
It's clear that you guys, you went through it, the cat's out of the bag, and obviously got attention. Folks, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but as you can see, this is a very heated debate. I have a feeling nobody is going to miss out on issue number 3, and maybe at the end of the day, that's what it's about. But I want to thank Axel Alonso, Blair Butler, and Nick Harris for joining us and keeping us in the loop. Thank you all so much. Right now, Miss Olivia.
Still ahead, girls like sex too, and I am ready to go in your pants. So start unbuttoning, unzipping, undressing, get out the lotion, whatever you need. And we have your most up-to-date gaming news when Attack of the Show continues.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show. It actually kind of smells like sex in here. I guess that means it's time to go over to Olivia.
Thanks, Kev. Now, does Golden Girl B. Arthur get your motor running? Well, put it in park, Granny Lover, because we're going in your pants. So this is Anna David. You guys know her. She helps you get laid pretty much every day. Are you guys getting laid every day?
I try.
Yeah, we're
I do
trying.
what I can.
She's written for magazines like Premiere, Details, Playboy, and right now she's here to help answer your very burning questions. Thanks, Anna.
Thanks for having me.
Let's get to the first question.
Hey, this is Mike. I really like anal sex. Does that mean I'm gay?
Well, I don't think that makes him gay. I think the red bandana and hat might make him gay. But
wait, so is the girl using a strap-on? Is she like having sex?
I think he means he likes to give
he
the
likes
anal
to
sex.
give anal sex.
And actually, I don't know if it's like the fact that porn is big, that Howard Stern is big, but it seems like it's definitely growing in popularity. Wouldn't you say?
It's a big question on my MySpace page. Everyone's always asking that.
I think personally, I won't do it. I mean, I have That's just really, really foul to me. Would you do it? Have you done it?
No, I don't.
You don't
like
talk about that. Okay, she's done it.
No, actually, I don't like it. It's just gross.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's gross.
But I think there was a study like 10 years ago that said that 10% of straight men liked having anal sex, and I can only
Maybe
imagine.
it's the taboo of it. Like, it's like having sex in public, and it's just like.
I think it's the taboo. I think it's a real control thing because the woman is completely submissive.
And how can it feel good? I mean, there's like no lubrication. Come on.
Well, you put lubrication. I haven't done it, and I know you put lubrication, and you know, allegedly some girls like it. I've never met those girls.
But
that
it doesn't
like
make them gay, is what we're saying. It doesn't make you gay.
Unless that's the only thing you ever want to do,
or if
you're thinking,
as a man.
if you're thinking of a guy when you're doing it.
All right, so make sure to grab her breasts when you're doing it and feel like a man.
And don't wear that outfit.
Okay, on to our next question.
All right, here's the deal. I never like going to bars. Kind of have trouble meeting women at work. And so it basically leaves me no other options. And I want to know, basically, how am I supposed to get a girlfriend? Can't meet them at work, can't meet them in bars, so where do I find the chicks, huh? Help me out, girls.
So he can't meet them in bars.
Wasn't this why internet dating was invented?
That's true.
So,
I mean, come on. Okay.
Okay, there's Match. Okay, please do not out me as an internet dater. Anything she says right now is not true, and I want you to know
we
that.
talk before the show. Wait, okay, so if you're into internet dating, then maybe that's a good option.
Shut up. Okay, Olivia will
It's
have
an
to do it one
inside
day.
joke, guys. Sorry.
Okay, but look, there's all kinds of sites. There's Match, there's Nerve, there's a site called Geek to Geek, which could be good for G4 viewers, where you know you can meet other girls who are interested in the same kinds of things as you.
And if you don't want to do the internet dating, you just have to get out there. Like, I don't like going out to bars a lot. I don't like to do that whole scene. I like to just sit at home. But you can't meet anybody like that. And every now and then you just got to get out there.
And the thing is, like, any place you go is a potential place to meet people. The grocery store, the bookstore, you know, anywhere.
But just keep your eyes open.
The dog park. Ooh, get a dog.
You have a dog?
No.
Oh.
I'm not a
You don't
guy
need a dog.
looking
You don't need a dog.
to meet people.
Okay, and our last question.
Hey guys, I seem to only like women who are twice as old as I am. Is there something wrong with me?
Twice as old. Really? You think there's something wrong with him?
Well, it depends.
Yeah, I guess twice as old.
Twice
he looks
as
like
old.
he's 20, so that'd be like
40? Look, I think, well, I mean, women are at their sexual peak in their late 30s,
True.
early 40s, but I think it really depends on how old you are and how old the woman is. I mean, he could definitely have like a latent mommy thing, don't you think?
Yeah, that's true. But maybe he likes that the way that they make him feel. Like they're looking at him like this young, cute guy. And they're
Could
all
be
over
that.
him, and he
It
just
could be
feels like a big
that.
stud.
In Harold and Maude, Harold was 20 and he liked Maude, who was like 80.
Ew.
Okay, but that was fiction, and he was supposed to be kind of a
But
freak
this is
anyway.
real life, Anna. These are real life questions.
In real life.
So does he have an issue?
Well, just do check out your relationship with your mom. Like, are you abnormally attached to her, or are you really angry at her and looking for a replacement mommy?
Oh, that's really creepy, Anna.
Really creepy,
That's really
but
creepy.
you know, he's the one with the older woman fetish.
Go talk to your mom and try not to have sex with her. Right? Okay, guys. All right. Thanks so much, Anna.
Thank you.
These sex and relationship video questions don't ask themselves, people. I desperately want to go in your pants. That's what I do here. To make it happen, just go to g4tv.com/video voicemail. And to find out more about Anna David, go to annadavid.com. Back to you, Kev.
All right, thanks, Olivia. We are officially out of your pants now, so you can zip up and stay with us. You can sit back, stretch the legs, and enjoy what we have ahead.
Next, all the hottest gaming tips from resident expert Adam Sessler. Then, join the block party with Dave Chappelle. You don't want to miss it.
Attack of the show. Attack.
Welcome back. Coming up in this half hour, we have girls wearing almost nothing and playing football. Game on and game up. And stay tuned for some Connie Chung insanity at the end of the show. You don't want to miss that. But right now, forget about North Korea's nuclear missiles, the Middle East, and biblical flooding. Here's what really matters. It's the feed.
Thanks, Olivia. I'm Layla Cayley. Now drink a caffeinated beverage and try to pay attention because it's time for the feed. It's Monday, and that means the box office results are in. Unfortunately for Jack Black, the news isn't so good. Despite a huge publicity campaign, Nacho Libre only took the #2 spot with $27.5 million. Instead, Pixar's Cars stayed at #1 for the second week in a row, reeling in an impressive $31.2 million. I guess this proves once and for all that people like talking cars better than Mexican wrestlers. Apple is in talks to add movies to its iTunes music store. As if songs, podcasts, and TV shows weren't enough, soon we'll be getting big Hollywood blockbusters. There's only one problem. No one can agree on the price. Steve Jobs wants to sell them all for one flat rate of $9.99 per film, but studio executives want a pricing system where they can charge more for their most popular movies. I guess we'll just have to keep downloading them illegally on BitTorrent until this gets worked out. Taking a page from George Orwell, Google now wants to listen to what you want to watch on TV. Thanks to some new audio recognition technology, your computer will soon be able to hear what shows you are watching. Then once Google figures out what you like, it will search the web to bring you content it thinks you'll enjoy. I don't know about you, but I think that's kind of creepy. Good news, bloggers. Now you can put movies and music on your site, and the RIAA will leave you alone. All you have to do is go to Music Box Video, a new service from Sony. There you can grab all the songs and videos you can cram into your hard drive, and Sony will let you link to them for free. The only catch, Sony gets to decide on the content of the songs and videos, so you can't just link to anything you want. Well, that sucks. And finally, we all heard about Ben Roethlisberger's motorcycle accident last week. Well, now the government is adding insult to injury because they're fining the star quarterback for not wearing a helmet. Since he didn't have a valid license at the time of the crash, Big Ben is going to be charged $380. So not wearing a helmet, around $400, ruining the Steelers' chance to win a repeat Super Bowl this year? Priceless. Well, that's it for today. Be sure to check out G4TV.com for even more news and info. Now chop and give me 20, because you've just been fed. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Miss Layla. Now, the gaming world, it's always changing, and we're keeping you up to date. Adam Sessler joins me with the latest gaming news. Dr. Sessler, thanks for being here.
It's nice to be here.
Always a pleasure to have you. Let's start things off here talking about the upcoming Chapter 2 expansion pack for the 360 game, Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter.
Raw.
Yeah, there you go. You can download it through Xbox Live. The pack's going to include 8 relit multiplayer maps, which we'll get to in a second, 4 new co-op missions, and a small collection of other goodies like 5 new weapons, yada yada, so on and so forth. Going to be available later this month, and some sites are speculating it could be anywhere from $5 to $10. Not too bad.
That's a nice for a bunch of maps.
Well, sure, and it's a value add to your initial investment of the game. But the question that some people are having is, why are developers devoting any of their resources to making these expansions? Shouldn't they be worried on another game? Shouldn't they be worried on the next big game?
Well, I think it's a couple of things. A, the entire team that made Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter is not working on just this small amount of content.
It doesn't take 40 guys to change a map from day to night?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't. But also, you know, it's nice to just have a little bit more stuff out there. This could be stuff that they wanted to get into the final product, but just couldn't get it, you know, to the store on time. They said, let's hold it back, tidy it up, and put it out in better
How
condition.
about the ability to hug a wall and peek around it like the single-player game? Do you think that would have been nice to get in there, maybe?
That would have been. You know, to be honest, I still don't understand why that's not there.
I don't get it.
I try to find tactical excuses, and that was kind of confusing.
Yeah, frustrates the hell out of me. All right, next up, a Japanese newspaper interview with Ken Kutaragi revealed that the PlayStation 3 is much like a PC. In fact, it could be assembled on a built-to-order basis, and gamers would determine what hardware actually gets into their home consoles. Adam, tell me Sony isn't crazy and they've got something figured out for this console, because it sounds like they've lost it.
If Sony isn't crazy, Ken Kutaragi is crazy. So, I mean, there's a crazy person involved here. It's either an individual or an entire corporation.
I mean, they were saying that Microsoft was going to confuse people with 2 SKUs, you know, a core and a premium.
They were going to say Microsoft was building a PC the last generation ago.
Right.
I don't understand. I have never seen a company fall so far off message as Sony has been doing. It's almost, it's so neat. I can watch Nintendo just clarify and clarify and clarify their message, and it's almost like, what crazy things coming out of Sony today? And this one's the most nuts, because the whole built-to-order.
Yeah, assuming that's true, is this a good move for them?
You know what? We know that Kutaragi really likes to shoot his mouth off, and then suddenly these poor PR people having to scramble to try to find some clarity to it. I believe that was probably set off the cuff. But this is the second time they've talked about it being a PC, because Phil Harrison said that. That's a very dangerous way to look at things.
Well, I think they're clearly just trying to justify the price point. $1,000 for a console, not bad.
Yeah.
But if you're getting a PC. All right.
They might have tried to justify the price point back in the press conference.
Sure. Yeah. That's a good point. Now, Rockstar Games confirmed that the next installment of the Grand Theft Auto series would be developed using the same game engine as the ping pong game, essentially, is what we're talking about here. In addition to a graphical boost, the engine's going to hopefully give an even more realistic feel for physics and character animations. But this is a ping pong game engine that we've seen so far. So, I mean, I know the prostitutes are happy. The sweat's going to look realistic. And, of course, we know the ping pong ball physics are going to be fantastic. But should we be worried about this engine being used in a Grand Theft Auto?
There's been some clarifications coming from Rockstar. This is their next generation engine that was used for the table tennis game. This is not like, oh, we made a table tennis game and going to shoehorn the limited functionality of that into Grand Theft Auto. That's not going to happen. This does raise some interesting questions. That's a pretty realistic-looking game.
Sure.
A lot of the stuff in Grand Theft Auto that's already made the series, very notorious, is become all the more clear and realistic in the next Grand Theft Auto. This could suddenly raise the hackles of anti-gaming groups even more so.
Oh, Jack Thompson's going to have a field day.
Also, if we're going to take on more realistic physics and have to drive through the cities with the kind of traffic that San Andreas had, that could be destructive to my brain.
Don't customize your ride because it will be shattered the moment you make a left-hand turn.
Exactly.
Really quickly, because we're almost out of time, Grand Theft Auto, is it still even relevant to gamers? Because there's 1,001 games coming out that are the same type of game.
Everyone's buying Liberty City Stories, so I don't think they're very happy with what they find when they get it. There's no games out there right now. Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas and Grand Theft Auto 3 did seem to break a lot of ground. As long as they follow through with that and they do something big and exciting, I think I'm kind of excited.
Sounds good. Sessler's excited, and the kids will be as well. Adam, thanks for joining us, man. Always a pleasure.
Always.
Everybody, we'll always have the hottest gaming news every single Monday. Until then, just visit attackoftheshow.com for the links to the stories that we just discussed. And as always, be sure to stay tuned to G4 for any breaking news, gaming or otherwise. That's how we do it. But don't turn on that Xbox just yet. We still have even more in store for you.
Coming up next, find out what Dave Chappelle's really been up to. Then, half-naked chicks playing football. It doesn't get any better than this. Today's gaming news was delivered to you by Domino's and the new XLP Pizza. Get the door, it's Domino's.
Welcome back, folks. Thanks for sticking around. Joining me now is Will O'Neill. Usually you're kind of our resident hardware guru, expert, if you will.
Typically I am.
Yes, but today, Will is going to explore how Dave Chappelle is actually hardwired.
That's right, Kevin. Dave's doing well. He's funny as ever, and he's trying to make a comeback with his new DVD Block Party.
So I'm hanging out at Best Buy, and no, I'm not here to pick up the new Sidekick. I'm here to check out my boy, Dave Chappelle. Let's go inside and check him out.
After he split from Comedy Central, the big question became, where the hell did Dave Chappelle go?
Oh, snap. Pimpalicious.
Turns out he was in Culver City, California. Always the last place you look. He was there to hang with his fans, attack of the show, and celebrate the release of his movie, Block Party. Tell us a little bit about the Block Party.
Man, so I'm having a block party on Saturday around the corner. We did a concert in Brooklyn. I say we really, it was like I got lucky enough to throw a concert with a lot of my favorite artists.
Give it up for the legendary Roots Crew!
But for this particular Block Party, Chappelle went back to his roots.
What I did was I brought some people from my neighborhood.
Folks from Ohio.
Right. From the sticks, man. I live like on a farm, so my neighbors are, they're farmers. Old people love me, man.
Of course, the event was all about celebrating diversity.
He's funny, and everyone likes him. That's why I'm here.
5,000 black people chilling in the rain. 19 white people peppered into the crowd. Trying to find a Mexican.
And what the hell's going through Dave's head when he sees all those screaming fans waiting for him?
I see people here with their kids and stuff, and they're happy to see me. They take pictures of me. It might be in their family photo album. That makes me feel good.
And after doing some rhyming at the Block Party, will we see Dave cutting a rap album next?
I want to, but my skills are prohibiting me from doing it. Like, I'm not nice with it. And when you hang around the best rappers and singers and all that, it's like you might want to do it, but it's better just to watch him.
And we'll be watching Dave because, well, someone needs to keep an eye on him. Who knows where he's going to end up? Although we can probably rule out Comedy Central.
Where is my money?
Dave still looks like Dave. Same old Chappelle to me now.
Yeah, just trying to reconnect with the people, make some money.
Even if he has to go to Best Buy in Culver City to do it, right?
$50 million is a lot of money to walk away from.
This is true. This is true. Or run away from screaming while pulling out.
To South Africa.
Yeah, all right. Dave Chappelle's Block Party is currently in stores everywhere, but right now, we're going to go over to Olivia.
Coming up after the break, we're giving you football, breast, and a lot of ass. We know our audience, and we're ready to attack with what we like, with what you like, and what I like. Stay tuned.
Computers on Attack of the Show provided by Intel. Game on. Power up. Take control with the Intel Pentium Processor Extreme Edition.
What's going on here? Attack of the Show. Attack.
Welcome back. So usually at midnight, Zach is out at the peep booths, but now he doesn't have to leave the house anymore. That's right, Zach.
Why's
He
that?
was very happy because weeknights at midnight just got a little bit darker for him with G4's late night peep show on the Midnight Spank.
Yeah, I'm all about the peep booths, and you know what? When I talk about them, you have to believe me. So Midnight Spank's peep show features the fastest, funniest, most dangerous assault of animation we could sneak past the censors.
In tonight's episode, you'll be introduced to an American family of mannequins who have recently moved to Japan. Meet the Fucones.
Mikey, I've told you time and again not to waste money.
Spending all your money on comics and games. That's not the kind of child we want. So get the hell out of this house right now.
Goddamn! It was my money. I should be able to spend it on anything I like. But what am I gonna do now? I got no money and no place to go. Oh, I found a piece of straw.
I've broken a shoelace. I'll never be on time for cram school.
Hi, Time Boy. You can lace your shoe with this straw if you like.
Thank you, Mikey. Now I'll make it to cram school on time. In return, I'd like to give you my umbrella. Thank you and goodbye.
What do I want with an umbrella in fine weather like this? It started to rain, but I'm okay because I've got this umbrella. Just as I bought this great ice cream, it's gonna melt in this rain. Laura, if you like, you can use this umbrella. Oh, Mikey, you do have a good side. But if you give me this umbrella, you're gonna get soaked. I'm fine. Please use it, Laura. Thank you, Mikey. I think I'm in love with you again. My head's telling me not to fall for you, but my body won't obey. This is a woman's nature. Mikey, take this in return for your kindness. See ya. Bye. Well, gosh and golly, what am I gonna do with a half-melted ice cream in this rain?
God, I sure can't wait to find out, Olivia. How about you? Well, to find out what happens to Mikey on his journey from rags to riches, tune in tonight. In addition to the Fucones, tonight's episode showcases other amusing shorts from top animators, including Doog Tunes, that special monkey Dr. Fish, and so much more.
It's all on Midnight Spank tonight, kicked off by Brainiac at 12 midnight, followed by G4's late night peep show. Now, it's widely known, maybe the most common fact ever, that football and hot women are two of the greatest inventions that were ever put on Earth.
Are women really an invention?
Yes, like the cotton gin. Ask Eli Whitney.
I feel objectified.
Well, you know what? You should. You know why? Take a look at this. I witnessed the two greatest inventions ever created combining into one. It's the lingerie bowl.
Blood, sweat, and boob jobs. No, it's not dollar beer night at Hooters. It's the lingerie bowl. And I caught up with the coaches and players to see if they were prepared for the big game.
Let's get ready for rumble!
Now, tell me what's going on here today.
Lingerie Bowl 4.
What do you think the long-term goals of the lingerie bowl could be? Could this be bigger than the XFL?
Well, hell, you and I right now are bigger than the XFL.
A Super Bowl halftime staple. The battle between these babes has attracted some serious NFL talent, like the Fridge and the Boz. Wow. And the Boz reflected on the difficulty of coaching these so-called athletes.
You know, the hardest thing is going to be for me just to maintain eye contact because, you know, there's a lot of distractions out there.
Wait, what are you talking? What was that?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. And 20 years after his Super Bowl shuffle, the Fridge is back on the field. They don't throw you in a G-string or anything out there, do they?
Well, you know, I'm just like, you know, what they have on, have my lingerie on and having fun, enjoying myself.
You get to play inside the 5.
I get to play only inside the 5-yard line.
And what kind of experience can you bring to a team that'll help these guys try to win the lingerie bowl this year?
Well, I'm going to try to teach them as much dirty play as possible because, you know, unless you're playing dirty, what's the point of really playing?
Amen. You know, I've never wanted to be the number 3 more in my entire life. All right, I'm going to run some drills with these ladies. Maybe they can be my centers.
Yeah, if you need some pointers, just holler at me.
You're my guy.
Right over there.
All right, enough talk. It was time to see how the girls from the Dallas Desires stacked up. That's right, DD, the double D. Ooh, double D. What do you play?
Tight end, baby. I'll play her tight end.
What we need now is a good quarterback. It's all about touch, and remember, it's a special bond between quarterback and center. Get in there, don't be shy. Oh, okay. Okay, you got it. Yeah, all right, you're the quarterback. Wait for it. Remember, I said on 3. That was on 2. You snapped a little early. It's premature E-snapulation. I've been there before.
Where's my girl? Cut in! Money. Yeah, ladies, I think you got it. I think you got what it takes. All right. I want to thank you guys for working hard out here. Let's put together a championship team for Super Bowl Sunday, huh? Dallas Desire on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go shower up, ladies.
Yeah.
Those are my girls.
That's exactly what I thought it would be.
Well, hey,
Exactly.
they're hard workers. They're professionals. They get out there and they really do a great job. Real hard workers. Hard workers.
Well, make sure to catch the Ultimate Cat Fight, which airs Super Bowl Sunday in 230 days. Mark your calendars.
Right around the corner, it's time to head over to the fat cat himself, Mr. Kevin Pereira.
Thanks, Zach and Olivia. Stay where you are, everybody. We have a video of Connie Chung embarrassing the Maury Povich family name. We'll be right back. You're not the father.
If you haven't been watching Attack of the Show,
Eating a praying mantis.
this is what you're missing.
Attack of the Show. Attack.
Stay with G4 all night. Up next, we've got back-to-back episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation. Then at 10, back-to-back man shows, followed by interactive Star Trek. And we end the night right with Brainiac and G4's Late Night Peep Show.
Are you selling a used car, too?
Nice one. Coming up tomorrow, it's DVD Day, and we're talking Syriana, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I love that movie. And The Hills Have Eyes, and prepare yourselves in the loop. We're talking viral marketing.
I cannot wait for that one. But finally, earlier in the show, we showed you how Bill Gates is retiring with grace, right? Well, so is Connie Chung and Maury Povich.
Well, the duo met during the Vietnam War, and I guess you weren't there then, when Maury saved Connie from a burning village, and they've been together ever since.
I still hear the choppers. But their short-lived cable TV series was just canceled, and Connie, who was once the most respected female journalist in the country
Before Olivia.
before me,
right.
felt like there was only one right way to say goodbye.
Thanks for the memories. We came to do a show for very little dough. By little, I mean I could make more working on Skid Row. That's cable TV.
Oh, no, dog. I mean, you worked it out. It was a little pitchy at first, but
Absolutely.
we got a hot one here tonight.
I loved your outfit. Your dress was great, and you had so much spirit.
Absolutely dreadful. I can't believe you'd even think she'd have anything.
Dude, that's not right, dude.
That is so mean.
That's not right,
so
dude.
mean. I can't work like this. I'm gonna miss her so much.
I've heard cats make love with more harmony than that.
You guys, just say goodnight.
The best part about the clip is the piano player's not playing. Just throwing it out there.
It was like the Fabulous
gonna miss
Baker
you,
Boys
Connie.
in Thailand. I liked it.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks.